So since the first reading wanted to leave, some of you guys really need to speak up about shit. Maybe the blockages that I talked about in the first reading was throat blockages, okay? And that's preventing you guys from moving forward and talking. You're in disbelief of how you feel about something. Let's dive a little deeper into this connection. What do you guys need to know today about this connection? And I'm only doing this because of how the last reading ended, okay? So this is going to clarify stuff. All right. One second. All right, so I laid all my cards out on the table. I grouped it off from top to bottom. In the first reading that I did, it talked about blocks and not diving into your true potential, your needs, your wants, your desires, because you don't believe in yourself. You have a creative block about something. You want to work with something or someone and collaborate with them. And finally, the last card says how you're breaking free of that mindset of being blocked, and you're actually going to move forward towards the things that you want and desire in life. At the end of that reading, it did basically explain how it is a connection with someone. But your current moment right now, all right? You're in a karmic relationship. And people that have been following me know that this is a repetitive kind of reading. It hasn't really changed much besides saying that you're trying to move forward towards the things you want in life, okay? So at this time, you're dealing with a lot of resentments. You're dealing with a lot of triggers. You can potentially be in a karmic relationship. Usually karmic relationships are absolutely beautiful in the beginning, but as time progresses, it gets very toxic, okay? You guys push each other away. You guys do nothing but argue, bicker, fight. Not fighting and arguing is the same thing. You get it. It's just very miserable. You guys aren't in alignment anymore. And there's no love there anymore, okay? Basically, there's an intensity of wanting to let go. But at this time, you don't know how. And this is that block we were talking about. All right, there's a lot of turmoil within this karmic relationship. There is potentially a separation on the horizon. There's a lot of bitterness between you guys. There is sadness within you too, but I feel the sadness is kind of teeter-tottering. The sadness is trying to leave behind what you've known most of your life. And then the sadness goes to not being able to be in the presence of this thing you really want. You're thinking about somebody very hard, okay? And I just heard you're weighing out pros and cons, like in order to move forward, or do you stay put? Basically, you're weighing out your options, but you're thinking about someone very heavily. You're very uncertain about the future. You don't know what the future is going to hold. All right, but I feel if you stay put, you already know how the future is going to go. It's comfortable right now. You're just going to stick with it because you know. When we have to transform, when we have to grow, when we have to move forward, it's always very uncomfortable, but some things usually work out for our highest good when that happens. All right, this karmic relationship is something that you tried rebuilding. It was sabotaged, okay, either by you, the other person, or external forces, or being karmic. It was meant to teach you a lesson, okay, or many lessons. So basically, this karmic relationship, you did try to rebuild. You were very persistent on it. You tried working on it. You tried repairing it. But it just didn't seem to work. And I see a wedding ring right there in fire. So maybe you are somebody who's married to this karmic, okay? And soon to be in separation. With this karmic relationship at this point in time, you have been trying to put up your boundaries. You've been hurt emotionally. And I don't know, I keep hearing physically, but I feel emotionally. You've been avoiding certain conversations with them. You've been trying to avoid them in general. Maybe I just heard overworking yourself so you don't have to deal with conversations or this situation, all right? You don't want to deal with it. You're still very upset. You feel betrayed. You feel like you're not enough. So this in turn has made you lack confidence. Maybe this person has picked on you. Maybe they have not seen your true potential. Maybe they have not put you on the pedestal you deserve to be on. And this brings a lot of frustrations. This brings fear, self-sabotage, a crippled ego. I'm not laughing about it. All right. And since you couldn't rebuild this connection with the karmic, okay, you did try. You did fucking try everything you had in you. But it's just not going to work. Now, coffin is the next card. I do also want to point out that there was a card of heartbreak. It does speak of separation and you missing somebody. So maybe there was heartbreak, separation, loss, deception, and lies. Some shocking attack from somebody you cared about deeply, okay? And this brought on a lot of pain, and I feel this has something to do within your karmic relationship at this time. There will be a separation eventually on the near horizon, and it doesn't have to be a physical separation. You guys can still live in the same vicinity, but be separate. And the funny, I'm hearing, have you ever tried pouring your cup into another person's cup only to find out it was a fucking strainer? Yeah, that's heavy. So, coffin, if something does come to the end, all right, do know there is a new beginning on the horizon. This will bring liberation, a transition. You will feel reborn with this new promise or connection. But when everything ends, it is a tragedy. People are upset. It's inevitable. But it does bring happiness in the end. You will be healing from heartbreak. All right? You will be healing from toxicities or addictions. You will be leaving an abusive relationship. There will be a union on the horizon. It could be two soulmates meeting. It could be two people in general. Twin flame soulmate connection. Union. They're finally getting together. This is devotion. This is going to be an everlasting love. This is a very deep soul connection. You've been watching this person from afar. And you're very interested in them. There is a blooming romance. You may even want to date them. Have faith. This will work out for your highest good. You feel like you've been struck by love. You want to meet and talk with them. All right, so I got a few seconds left. Let's pull from my fun deck about this beautiful connection, okay? Your eyes are captivating, mystical, and magical. Something is coming in for you. You're probably moving towards it, right? All right, somebody's been being a little lazy, unmotivated, or procrastinating this conversation with this new soul connection. Okay. I didn't want to leave. STDs get tested. I pull that one a lot. All right, we are living two separate lives. Blue eyes may be significant. You bring happiness.